Chapter 10. The Power of Stillness. Mastering Yourself in the Noise. Noise is the enemy of control. It's everywhere. It's in your phone, your feed, your mind, your habits. The world is screaming at you to react, and every time you do, you lose a little more of yourself. Stillness is not the absence of movement. Stillness is the mastery of motion. It's the ability to stay calm when the world shakes. It's the discipline to listen when everyone else is shouting. Stillness is your weapon in a world addicted to noise. The war for your attention. Every second, something fights for your focus. The algorithm, the gossip, the opinions, the constant, endless noise. You scroll, you compare, you react, and you wonder why you feel drained, scattered, and restless. Because every reaction is a withdrawal from your mental account. You can't build peace in a storm you keep chasing. Stillness is the art of taking back your attention. It's not passive. It's powerful. Because when you choose silence, you choose control. And control is strength. You have a choice. Be a slave to the noise or the master of your mind. That's the key. Silence is not weakness. We've been taught that silence means submission. That you must always respond, defend, explain, or prove. But the truth is different. Silence is strength under control. It's the discipline to hold your energy. To not react, even when provoked. To not rush, even when pressured. To not speak, even when you want to scream. That's power. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing only what matters. It means saying less but meaning more. It means responding with purpose instead of reacting with emotion. In a world of noise, stillness makes you unshakable. The discipline of slowing down. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they're scattered. They chase everything and catch nothing. They move fast, but in the wrong direction. Stillness forces you to slow down, to see clearly. When you're still, you stop running from discomfort. You face it. You understand it. You control it. You can't master your emotions if you never pause long enough to feel them. You can't choose wisely if you're reacting instantly. The disciplined mind moves slow to think, and then fast to act. That's mastery. That's self-control. Stillness builds clarity. Clarity doesn't come from motion. It comes from reflection. When you step back from the noise, you can finally hear your own voice again. Stillness gives you perspective. You stop chasing external validation. You stop comparing your pace to theirs. You realize success isn't about being louder, it's about being aligned. The world moves fast, but wisdom moves slow. You can't outpace confusion, you can only outfocus it. That's why the strongest people take time to be alone, to think, to reset. They know that solitude sharpens focus. And focus builds power. Emotional control through stillness. Stillness is the foundation of emotional control. When you're still, you see emotions for what they are, temporary waves. You don't drown in them. You let them pass. Anger, fear, anxiety, they lose their grip when you stop feeding them reactions. You learn to observe instead of absorb. You don't fight the noise. You rise above it. The key is to respond, not react. To act with reason, not emotion. To move with intention, not impulse. Stillness is not retreat. It's readiness. It's the moment before the precise strike. It's the pause that creates power. The modern addiction to noise. Most people can't handle silence anymore. They fill every gap with distraction. Music, scrolling, notifications, talking, doing. Why? Because silence exposes them. When you slow down, you start hearing what you've been running from. Your fears. Your regrets. Your truth. But that's the exact place where growth happens. Stillness isn't comfortable, but it's honest. And honesty is the foundation of strength. You can't become who you're meant to be if you never stop to listen to who you are. Stillness as power. Think about every powerful leader, every warrior, every master in history. They move with calm precision. They don't panic. They don't rush. They don't waste energy. Because they've learned that control begins with stillness. You can't control the world, but you can control your breath. You can't control others, but you can control your reactions. And that small control multiplied daily becomes massive power. Stillness gives you leverage. It allows you to see what others miss. It gives you time to think while they're busy reacting. It makes you unpredictable, untouchable, unbreakable. The loudest person in the room isn't the most powerful, the calmest one is. How to practice stillness. Stillness is a habit, just like discipline. You build it by creating quiet moments, deliberately. Wake up without your phone. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Breathe. Reflect. Think. Don't chase constant stimulation. Let your mind rest, reset, and recalibrate. In conversations, listen more than you speak. When you're angry, pause before reacting. When you're overwhelmed, breathe before deciding. These are not small acts. They are acts of control. They are proof that you govern yourself, and nothing external owns you. The power of doing less. Stillness also means simplicity. You don't need to do everything. You need to do the right things with full presence. The disciplined mind understands that focus is more valuable than force. You don't win by adding chaos. You win by removing it. Stillness helps you conserve your most powerful currency, energy. Because your energy is sacred. When you waste it on noise, you lose your edge. When you guard it with stillness, you sharpen your control. That's how you stay centered when the world spins. Closing, the calm within the storm. Stillness is the highest form of discipline. It's not just about quieting your surroundings, it's about quieting your soul. When you master stillness, nothing external can disturb your internal peace. Noise loses its power. Chaos loses its pull. Distractions lose their influence. You move through life like a calm storm, steady, focused, unstoppable. You don't chase control, you embody it. Because control isn't found in the noise. It's found in the pause, in the breath, in the stillness. You've mastered your emotions. You've mastered your actions. And now, through stillness, you've mastered yourself. That's the final level. That's self-control in its purest form. That's peace through power. Remember this. Stillness is strength. Control is peace. And silence, when chosen, is your loudest statement.